already identified, and Tom was already on his rise.
But so Tom was
talking about, I'm going to fight with Surreal, I'm going to fight with this guy, and whoever comes out of this, but they're going to get the heavyweight title shot. Like, it was very different. The way that Tom quickly...
He gave us
after he beats Average.
That's all I can feel for glass. Oh, yeah, I don't know for my life. I was just scared.
So let's just take the tape back to Francis. Okay, your champion walks away. When the heavyweight's back, as long as we have the right guy.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't have to be truly the second, third, fourth, fifth, and so on till you get to but number one does truly need to be number one. But when you got John Jones, you've satisfied that. Off we can go. And you then get Tom Inspo, who gets injured. Somewhere in this, John Jones steps aside. And I'm even unclear to this day, is he retired or is he not retired? Like that one's a little bit unclear. But you see, okay, so you got Francis out, you got John Jones is out, you got Tom Inspo. What do you do? How do you have the right guy? Vieira enters the division. And that's tremendous news. That is tremendous news because now you still have that big question mark and a big question of, do we still have the right guy? We don't have Francis, we don't have John, we don't have Tom. We don't need them if they're 2 through 10. The only thing we need to have is the right guy holding the belt. Could that right guy be Vieira? Now, before we have that answer, I'm just sharing with you, the division is still protected. The division is still safe because we still have that question. But now let's say we don't have Vieira. Okay, so we lost Francis, we lost John, we lost Tom. How are we going to do a heavyweight title fight? What are you going to have? Well, you have to bring in Surreal, apparently. Apparently you can't have a title fight without having Surreal. Great. But if we go by the rankings, you know who's ranked number 2? Volkov. And none of you have ever pushed, not once, for Volkov to get a title fight. Now, maybe we need to relook at that, but I suggest this for you because Pavlich is then in third, and Pavlich is calling for a title fight. So if we start to listen to Pavlich, right, and we've only had so many bodies, so we start to listen to Pavlich, who's in third, then we must listen to Volkov. We must. Not to mention, those two competed, Volkov.
There's lots of shit.
So you're in a very interesting time, right? The guy that you all said is not up, you no longer say is the guy. That's Sergi. But the guy that beat that guy, Volkov, you also say it's not the guy. So, one of them...
Yeah, but 2 poor fighters beating each other doesn't mean they're suddenly a great fighter. Sergi Pavlich had the stopping power that a lot of fighters want. But that's all he got is to swing the athlete off the technique.
Save and invest. Now. Join the 70 million others getting ahead on the
Everyone that leaves your show thinks that you hate being married and that I'm hideous without makeup. I can't respect someone that can't have adult conversations, who doesn't say they're sorry when they're wrong.
She kind of are back, and despite being newly married, they're entering couples therapy with loads of problems to think about. But just to make the state of their marriage even more precarious, there might be a few more problems along the way.
Anyway,
I don't want you to hear fighting with people. I hate that your voice very
I don't fight with anyone. And look at you swing. My girl's husband was behind her, and I felt my husband leave the situation, and he just disappeared.
I went to the bathroom to pee.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I went to the bathroom to pee?
where things to go, the drama is always sure to follow. So let's rewind to the start. As they touch down in Lubricate, where the last resort the retreats,
Cobblepot always was fond of his umbrellas.
Welcome to Tunis.
Maybe they could help
And
us.
all therapies.
Outside?
Reverse.
Now, just to address the elephant in the room, right? It turns out
That's on intellect.
fine thoughts. You see, in recent social media posts, Shakira has strongly hinted that things in real time since this was filmed are now over between her and Sam, which is But at the same time, this is Shekinah and Sama. It is completely possible that they're just saying things and saying that they fuck up in order to create a sense of curiosity or interest in this show. Even if it's true, they make up and break up so often that they might be making up right now as we speak. Like, they never stay broken up for long, from what we've seen. Either way, I feel like it is important to address what they're saying at the moment so that we can now view everything that we see on the last resort this season through that lens. It almost gives us a behind-the-scenes sneak peek at potentially what might be the last few days of their marriage, the breakdown, the complete breakdown of their marriage. So that being said, the couple arrive at the castle where the resort is held, and they're very happy with the accommodation. But that being the case, not even a castle can paper over the cracks that they have in their marriage. And the pair may have only been married for a year, but that year has been miserable. It's been one continuous, non-stop fights.
Sometimes I think that we are not compatible anymore.
I don't think that we're compatible. I think that if we learned to communicate better, we could be amazing.
What does it say that the pair can't even agree on that? Now, is it sad that the marriage is in such a bad place? But is it surprising? No, their lack of communication isn't exactly a new issue. And these two always struggled to communicate since the first time that we saw them. They've been constantly arguing about something or another. The very fact that they made it to a wedding or taking their case and then defied all the odds of two people betting on that. While they're now the last resort here to try and save that marriage, their topic of conversation soon turns to their fellow castmates. I hope they'll be able to bond with the other guys, Sama says. I hope that they'll be able to understand me.
I hope that when you're bonding, that it's constructive, like stuff, and that you're not bonding over how much you hate being married or how difficult your work.
It's interesting that Shikara's default reaction to that is immediately going on the defense. She's immediately worried that Sama will be saying stuff to make her look bad.
Another job for me? Well, you know what they say. A thief's work is never done.
Well, despite Sama trying to reassure her that he doesn't hate being married, it turns out one of the biggest problems they face in their marriage stems from Sama's new career. Remember, Sama now works as a stand-up comedian. Therein lies the problem, because Shekinah, most of his stand-up routine makes her the butt of his joke. His routine, and she says,
Look, a boat.
terrible
How
arguments.
ridiculously convenient.
My business. Oh my.
Can't trust anyone. Not even a snowman.
I swear to God, my business are just like Bitcoin. Everything's
Sama tries to convince her that it's just comedy.
I'll get some use out of this.
Jokes that everyone can relate to, he tries to reassure her. Everyone knows I love you, but Shekinah doesn't believe.
Respect someone that can't have adult conversations, who doesn't say they're sorry when they're wrong.
There's a lot to unpack. We might into that. Is it just me, or is it funny that one of her biggest concerns is that people think she's ugly without makeup? Like, honestly, Shekinah, seriously, is that really what bugs you the most? Now, as for the whole issue of Sama making her the butt of his jokes, like, do I think that that's just a comedian thing? Well, like most comedians do, you'd say it's the nearest to them too. But at the same time, use your common sense in Sama. Like, when your marriage is hanging on by a thread, perhaps it's not the wisest idea to continue making fun of your wife. Like, ask yourself, are a few laughs from strangers really worth offending and annoying the woman that you supposedly love? So, with all of that being said, no doubt this is going to be a reoccurring theme over this season. The pair are excited for tonight. Remember, everyone is going to a pub to meet all their fellow classmates, hopefully build some bonds, and lose them and have a few drinks. But as the pair meet Russ and Paola to make their way over to the pub, bizarrely, Shekinah has no idea where she actually is.
What do you guys think? Why not?
She doesn't know. Believe me.
Whatever. Isn't it the same?
Yes, Shekinah, it's all exactly the same, sure, and Europe is all one big country too. I mean, tell me, how can any self-respecting comedian not draw that laziness for inspiration and material? For forget, jokes about her looks, jokes about her intelligence make a large part of this particular too. Thankfully, before she can embarrass herself any further, then Taxi arrives to take her to the pub, and when she
Now we control the water level.
Thais, oh really? Thais just happens to be having an issue with a cringe, and Chael offers to help.
There.
Hello, John.
Cats hate getting their fur wet.
Oh,
She's spoken
and
on
they say
social
chivalry
media a
is
few times.
Hey, you asking about makeup, skincare. We're following each other. We were following each other. We were following each other.
This place.
If you can find every song in the world in seconds, you should be able to get insured in
I can use a ride over here.
Oh, shit. It feels like that.
We were following each other.
If you can sense a little bit of tension here, a little bit of animosity, you'd be right. You see, Shakrina has a bit of a problem with Thais because she said used to follow each other, but then, for some unknown reason, Thais stopped following Shakrina. Now, to any normal person, this would be just such a trivial issue. But to Shakrina, it's a big deal. The problem is, Thais is acting like she has no
You're
idea
right.
what Shakrina's talking about. Denying.
All the eggs. All the eggs.
Take Shakrina.
Oh,
Not even
okay.
about social media.
Yeah,
anymore.
okay.
It's about her
I
being
meant
really
all the eggs.
disrespectful. So I just think Thais is fake, and I'm gonna definitely get under her skin because I'm real.
Sorry, I don't want to be that person. I've got to ask, which parts of you are real exactly, Shakrina? She's not exactly known for being real natural. Now again, I've got to remind you, this
Cats and water do not mix.
blood is about whether or not someone follows the other on social media. How exactly is unfollowing someone on social media disrespectful policy? It really isn't that big of a deal. You've got hundreds of
It is when they're both social media faces. It's the same as if you was going around your neighbours every day, and suddenly, once you went to couple, guys stop going to the neighbours. It's kind of weird. It's like, that's their life. Oh, she, oh, look, you got me.
Issues with Thais' partner, her husband.
Okay.
What's their beef? You might ask. Well, apparently, Patrick said something about Sarah. What's this road comment? No, it wasn't about all the women that Sarah says he's slept with. Apparently, it was a lot worse.
You know none about this, bro. You said that you have the biggest hate and the biggest ear I have ever seen.
Yeah. Seriously, that's what he's pissed off about. Commenting on his ears. It offended him. Really. There's something a bit hypocritical or ironic about a comedian who gets upturned about a comment made about him.
Right, it's a pimp.
Saha is also happy to make jokes about Shakrina's appearance, but when the shoe's on the other foot, it seems to be a different deal. Either way, this reaffirms what we already know about these two. Both Sarah and Shakrina are incredibly vain. She's worried about his audience thinking that she's arguing about makeup, and is terribly offended about a comment about his ears, and it's ridiculous. Now, he's trying to placate. I think his ears are proportionate to the size of his head. My head's bigger than mine, he says, so you are going to have bigger ears.
I have a small head, and so I have small ears.
I believe in you, but if you talk once more about my ears,
Alright.
This just been the most ridiculous argument of the whole of 98 history.
I hate to admit it, but I can't get
Now,
through
this
to
fight
you.
Saba trying to
Maybe
deliver it in a
that's
jokey way, right? The threat, the message is very clear. Patrick apologizes to Saba, and even he tells the camera crew privately that while he believes he beat Saba in a fight, let's not forget, Patrick did used to be the #1 top-ranked American weightlifter. I'm not sure it's still pretty strong, he can still handle himself now. But, he says, in a bid not to escalate this and start problems on their very first night, Patrick just lets this go. Those guys, now at least, are okay, but Shakrina,
Hey, Batman. I'm feeling a little lonely over
aside and continue the conversation about whether or not she followed her and then unfollowed her.
And I went on your account, and we don't follow each
here. Nice
other.
of you to join me.
Meaning,
Think you can
you
do something
removed
about
me
this
as a
camera?
follower. How do you know? Can you prove that?
Next I'm not there. And I was there, so it has to be removed, bitch. Needs to be removed. What are you talking about?
Funny enough, she kind of does say that she doesn't follow Titus either, but this really is such a petty one. It's ridiculous. Keep in mind, right? This is the first one of these sort of meeting in person. A great way to build a bond, build friendship, make a good first impression for someone that you're going to be spending the next few weeks with. And that's the last she kind of works. Right now, she's agree that Titus won't admit it.
It's very cowardly. I'm trying to work on trust in my relationship, and it's like, I have trust issues outside of my relationship too. I need a therapist after this.
Yeah, that is pretty darn true. Shivina, like,
valve is
so much
useless
drama
without a
you've got a single social media follower is just crazy. But it doesn't end there. You see, Trace comes to Harper about what just happened. She maintains that she didn't unfollow his wife on purpose. So Harper heads over to Shikaina to check in and find out from her perspective what just happened.
Possibly 10 booster for more scalp coverage in up to 12 weeks. Recommended by dermatologists.
Yellow tail. Good on ya. I just found her removing me as a follower. I don't know how that happened. I have no idea what a vulnerability response.
How does Harper respond to that? How does he calm his wife down? Well, we get this. His wise words of encouragement to his wife and the whole team are, quote unquote, sometimes men are just better. Yeah, as you can imagine, this doesn't land too well with all the women around the team. Like, his views on women are making him any fans on his first day here. Still, things are about to get even worse. You see, when Kara, Thais, and Patrick come over, Kara asks Shikaina what just happened. As Shikaina begins to recount the story, Slipper shows just how much he has his wife's back.
I don't know what with this face.
I'm gonna chime in. Literally, neither of us care about what you guys are saying. Whatever.
Not that there's any way that puts the child of a happy, healthy, successful relationship, understand? Especially after what's happened recently. They're not. But there is just something about the way that Patrick is there for his wife while Saba put the scars. I think it tells us a lot about the guys and their attitudes. Make no mistake, Shikaina feels
Then there's 7 o'clock.
When Saba
Then, 7 o'clock.
I need to take Shikaina out of this situation.
My,
Turns
whatever
to
will
the
they
table
come
and
up with?
suggests that the pair of them leave the pub for the evening. Shikaina agrees. She says goodbye to everyone, but the second that they're alone, she makes it very clear to her husband that she's pissed. How could you leave me there when everyone was attacking me? She says.
Anyway,
I don't want you to hear fighting these people. I think that your voice is very
why are you
hard.
fighting? You're swearing.
It's on the back, one of bacon in it, one sausage.
None of the other one is synthetic. The beans beneath nothing all the other.
Well, it's like a bit more like brekkie in it.
But she was the one getting the fun. It wasn't as if everyone was ganging up on her out of nowhere, was it? Either way, this has now spilled over to a fight between the pair of them.
Maybe I'll put the hash brown on anyway with all day brekkie.
Yes.
A lot of people expect hash brown with all day brekkie, don't they? Yeah, they do expect to. I'm just going to my head just to make sure it is. It's like whenever I've seen all day breakfast, I always put hash browns on the other.
How they beat best is like, I think what I do is wrong. I mean, it's like, it's so difficult to change. How will I change you?
How will I change you? He asked. No, son, no, that's a massive red flag. You're saying that he's physically playing.
Charge £6 for it, innit?
Entirely on Shikaina.
Or $6.50. Yeah, because then the best is £5. Yeah, and our best is £5 anyway. So I'm thinking, but when yeah, we'll do it limited. 7:30, 10 o'clock. Oh, well, there you go. Half an hour. No, half an hour will do the job. So it's for breakfast eaters, isn't it? And then we'll do the same with the lunchtime thingy. We'll have a new board that goes out at 10 o'clock in it. Obviously not today. I know we haven't got forward, but I mean, you know. Oh my god, the duckies!
Maybe it's punishment for the way that you treated thousands of women in the past. When we join them the next day, the work begins in the very first session with asking the therapists why they're there.
Which one side?
Should find out sense of problems.
Rolo, I think he's passed, hasn't he? Oh, yeah. It is very rare you see him, isn't it? I think they've had trouble, haven't they? Which is a shame, because my experience with them is only positive. Like, every time I've seen them, they've been polite, they've been nice.
I felt like her husband was behind her.
I personally think, they're like Scissor and Party did ask if we've had issues with them. And they're like, I was like, there's a bit in the beginning, not trouble, but there's a bit of a thing at the beginning with beer bottles on the ground. I said, if they sorted that out themselves, that had to be told. You know what I mean? No one else to ask him.
I gave up a life that I loved in Turkey to be with you, he says.
Yeah, when you feel like in your home you can't be yourself.
Stay with me, he says. Spend half the week arguing.
No. Really happy, sat on their chairs. Someone's warned them. I reckon it would be them upstairs with the bike in the window. I reckon it'd be them upstairs with the bike in the window, say back out. I'm just talking about the noise they make very much. But I didn't think they ever was that noisy, to be fair. But then again, we're not here when they get popped on Broadway, so we don't know, isn't it? That's the other side of it, I suppose, if I'm being fair. Yeah. But then, since we've been here till 6 o'clock, they haven't really. Yes. Yeah, I think it seems to be very common with refugees who drink. But when they first get here, they really go to town, don't they? Then they just calm the fuck down. Things like anyone, though, it's like when British people go on holiday, isn't it? They get through all this new stuff, they go all this time, they're like, fuck it, they do, baby. And then they just calm the fuck down, hopefully.
Just like that, Summer and his wild sayings are back.
Oh shit, yeah, then you get both.
Little bird should stay away from the big bad.
You're getting everything. There's no like, now I've got that oven back. No.
I hear me.
She says that every time we fight, you threaten to go off and
oh, come on, dude.
that is messed up. That does show.
Especially when you're with someone who's insecure. Becky May said that's about to be devastated. So look, if every time we had a fight, suddenly you're just saying, you know what, I'm going to go out, I'm going to shag another dude, and then you leave the house. It's not a play. Yeah, because that's what he's doing to her. He keeps saying he's going to have sex with a woman and then leaves every time they have a fight. They have an argument, he just storms out. I think it's just wrong if you're with someone who's insecure. Well, it's wrong even if you're with someone who's insecure, but you know what I mean? I don't think it's... Yeah, I don't think it's a sign of a good person. Yeah, it's only about time if he's not, isn't it? And then they'll use that, well, you know I'm like, I told you.
Judging by the Bible given by her own husband, I think that's the end of the dreams. In fact, he goes on to say that he understands Starmer's position. Understands that Starmer wants to be the man of the house.
So the same thing today, I'll run home for half an hour, do a bit of cleaning at the house. To the kitchen thingy, they come back in with a bit of a thingy, then we leave here about 6 o'clock in it.
By saying, I speak to your husband, Rebecca.
Gonna have a little... No, welcome, we need to get started. So if I go home about 2 after 2, so I can't imagine being too super busy after 2. If I go 2 after 2, get back here for about 3 after 3, We pop out for about an hour, get back in for R4. That gives us then about an hour and a half for fun time, bomb time, and it's still over for about 6 hours. We can cook ourselves little tea. That is working out quite well for ourselves little teas here. Then eat them as soon as we get home. Yeah. Oh shit, yeah, but then tonight we do a curry because that holds slightly better, doesn't it? So there's a curry tonight then. No, the shopping we'll do, but I think we should literally at 3 o'clock instead of shutting down, instead of doing the close down first, go to the shops first. So then shut it down. Oh god, a great white shark. Where did his shark spray? No way he's got it. That's one of the best things in the Adam West movie, was when you saw him hanging upside down being attacked by a shark. He was hanging upside down with a helicopter down the spray. I always carry my anti-shark spray bottle.
Let's see what's in that cage.
Right, it's 10 past now.
With Expedia, the more you buy, the more
What's he doing, lady?
Christian Instagram, you gorgeous donut spreading the word of is a big part of Christianity. It seems like a lot of Christians are choosing to do this now. On Instagram, you would think this would be wholesome, just sharing their religion with other people. It's quite the opposite, as we're going to take a look at in this video. We're going to have a look at how Christians have started solo podcasts and guilting people into following and subscribing to their podcasts, so we can take a look at how some Christians decide to actually win properly to do their content here in this video.
Let's do that again.
Church, which if you've never heard of, I'm about to ruin that. After we're going to
I have a shirt that follows part of my OCD. When I get drunk, I really want to make out with everyone I know, especially when I'm in a happy mood or like insecure bad. At first, I was understanding, and he was just like, go to therapy and stuff, and it's fine,
You're like this. I like to make out. Maybe I'm mad. First little baby.
Yes, I don't know.
She's on her fiance. She's not one, she's 30. It's on her fiance, and she's wondering why he's not happy. Something tells me this.
Yes. I think you can when it's someone damages someone emotionally and things like that. No, I don't. Those physically, yeah. I mean, that fucker will be under some technical take someone who is take another one, snap it hard and then take it people.
Why you get wrecked by yourself? Don't
Feels like you probably like the me, mate. Feels like I'm speaking it. It wasn't me, it was the Uncle Jack.
She's dirty, not in a good way.
The amphitheater. That must
What do you mean he's judgmental? You cheat on him. I'm sorry. But then it's why I do like this Arthur. He's even-handed with the punishment of both, isn't he? So I do like this stream. It's very good. Well, I don't score Arthur on this. Grab something nice for that. If you can grab about 3/4 from Master, that helps us.
Best friend, you got a girlfriend, and then have enough to take out.
Oh, yes. Oh no, her friend group's entirely male. They just took a picture, there's a picture of her, and she's one of those pick-me girls, where there's like 7 men with her. It's like, she's one gross lady. It's just a plain cookies that you need.
They'll all be high-fiving each other.
That's it. No.
We know how that goes. You try and run me over with a Batmobile.
No, she's saying she's saying she's done them all.
Sorry.
Passionately with it, and then he said he's cookie, and I was like, okay, so I'm okay, embarrassed.
Not the type of bath I enjoy.
You two just don't give up!
Is he sure, young lady?
You chumps are gonna regret messing with me!
Oswald, just want to talk.